Well, it's a misuse of word to say Nigeria should be, celebrate independence because at 64, of a country stupendously endowed with both human and natural resources, and yet cannot boast of good road, cannot boast of electricity, cannot boast of education, cannot boast of, I mean, uh, good citizen, security. I don't think a day of independence of such a nation should be meant for celebration. Rather, it should be meant for a sober reflection. For such a country to sit down, to think of what has been the root cause of its failure, with a view to come up with a solution, to it. That is what I think should have been, the approach to be employed by Nigerian government yesterday. But Nigeria is now saying they are celebrating, whether at low key or high key. As far as I'm concerned, it doesn't even call for celebration in the first instance. It should be a day for sober reflection.
Are you saying that in 64 solid years, there is no white spot anywhere to look at and say, okay, for this reason, let's have cause to celebrate?
The only thing that I would have said to be a success for this government, for this country in 64, would have been, the transition from military, to civilian rule. But if you look at even the civilian rule itself, it has constituted more problem, to Nigeria. As we speak, over 1,000 Nigerians are still languishing either in police cell just because they participated in a protest held in August. And can such a country be celebrated? A country that cannot guarantee democratic rights of the citizen? I say no.
Now let's talk about the protest that was supposed to hold yesterday. It is believed that the protest was largely unsuccessful. What do you make of that?
Well, I don't agree with you that the protest held yesterday was not successful. Because how do you measure success? If I decide that I want to go out and express, my dissatisfaction against the way my life is being ruled by regime, by the government, and I leave my house and I did that successfully, I think to me that's a success. Because people who came out yesterday, regardless of the number, were able to express their dissatisfaction. They were able to register their displeasure, before this regime. And it's for the fact that it's being reported in the media today, acknowledged by a journalist like you, shows that outing yesterday was a protest, was a success. It would have been otherwise if such move was prevented, or those who determined to do that were unable to do it. They did this successfully. But the question of whether government listened to them or not, it's another thing. It further shows the character of the regime, that Tinubu-led government is not a listening government. It's not a government that's sensitive to the needs and aspirations of Nigeria. Because if that is not the case, we should have expected the number of protests that have been organized, whether by labor or by civil society organization, since this regime came to be. One would have expected this government to have a new turn, to the needs of Nigerians. But instead of the government to begin to address the needs of Nigeria, it continued to implement policies that unleash agony mystery on Nigerian people on a daily basis, and that is quite unfortunate.
Thank you for watching P.O.N. News. Please share.